Welcome to week 4 of 12 weeks Christmas series. Hi, it's Jenny from A Stamping Journey. I hope you've been enjoying these projects that we've been sharing over the last few weeks. Today's project is a cut and flip technique. It's a great way of showing off both sides of your gorgeous paper, and it's a great way to create a bundle of cards in a short time, especially coming up to our Christmas time when we have so many cards we need to make. I'm going to share the measurements in metric and in imperial so you can follow along. But if you'd like the written tutorial, I will send them out in next week's newsletter. I usually send out a free tutorial each week to my subscribers. Have you subscribed yet to my newsletter? I hope you can catch the tutorials as I share them. So let's get started. Now, I did say you can create a lot of cards at one time with this method, but for this card, I'm just going to create one to show you the idea. But I'll give you some tips of how to create them in a bulk lot. I won't complete the whole card fully either, because the decorating is entirely up to you. But I think you'd really like to see how to go about it. And I have another version of this type of card that I'll share at the end. So make sure you stay to the end. So let's have a look at what you'll need. Choose some coordinating cardstock with your paper you're going to use. I'm using Garden Green for our card base and Old Olive for the card mat. I'm using the Season of Green and Gold specialty paper, and I've already cut this to size, but I'm going to show you how to do it. So the measurements you'll need is a standard base card. So it is 14.8 centimeters by 21 centimeters. Score it at 10.5, or 8.5 by 5.5, scoring at 4.25. You'll need your card mat is 10.1 centimeters by 14.4 centimeters, or 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. Now your piece of designer series paper is going to measure 9.7 by 14.7, or 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And you'll want some white card for any decorating that you want to do, or any stamping. So just to show you how to cut that, so grab your piece of paper. I unintentionally already cut it, but I'm going to show you. So our piece, you want to bring it along. Let's pretend that that's all joined together. Slide it along, and of course you can cut that to any size, but for this particular size, I cut it at 10 centimeters or 4 inches long. So just line it up on your paper trimmer and give it a cut. So we'll slide that along, and it's cut. Now, as it's a cut and flip technique, we've cut it and you're going to flip it. So when you choose your piece of designer series paper or your beautiful pattern paper, choose a piece that the pattern coordinates. So what you have on one side will match nicely. If you don't have a piece with either it doesn't have a print on the other side or it doesn't coordinate, then just easily grab another piece and just cut that to size of what you'll need. So let's stick that all together. Fold our card base on our score line and grab our card mat, and we'll just quickly stick that down. I use the multi-purpose glue, a liquid glue, just so you can easily wiggle that into place, because I don't know about you, but I can't stick a piece down straight first off, and I like to just have that little bit of wiggle room. Now we've got both sides, so grab this one and stick that down there. With this green and gold paper, the specialty paper, one side has that shiny patterns on it. You might see that a lot of the prints have the shiny patterns. The other side is a more plainer print, but it doesn't have that shine. Just be sure to add your adhesive on the correct side. I learnt that the hard way yesterday. So you stick that down. Then you'll need a coordinating strip. I have used the gold foil on this. You might have a piece of glimmer paper or a piece of coordinating card, like if you had some cherry cobbler card or something, that would match really nicely. So that just adds an extra element, an extra shine, but also hides that join in your papers. Now, that size of the strip I have used, I don't think I've told you that yet. That is 9.7 centimeters by 1.5 centimeters. So make it whatever width you like, or you can make, or in inches, it is 4 inches by 1.5 inches. So just add that onto there. Now, decorating it, I'm not going to complete it, but I want to show you a couple of tips. If you were going to make a bundle of these, as I mentioned, when you're cutting it out, add 2 or 3 pieces of the designer series paper on your trimmer and you can cut them together. Be sure that they're sitting, so if we get our trimmer, be sure that that is sitting, your paper is sitting. We'll use a piece of white as an example. It is carefully butted up against that edge, so it's straight. You've got all your pieces assembled evenly together. So you can cut 2 or 3 pieces, maybe even more at one time. That will make the process so much quicker when you have a lot of cards to create. Let's move this glue and put it away. Now, I have got, you could use gold heat embossing for your words. That'll add extra shine, but I have used the pecan pie. It's a nice tone to match the gold, and it does make the process a lot quicker if you're in a hurry. So just, you're going to get a piece of white card to stamp your sentiment. I'm using the Greetings of the Season. It has a number of different greetings in that you can use together. We're just going to ink that up. And give that a good press. You can cut that out with your die. Let's close that up so I don't stick anything anywhere that I shouldn't. I'm using the Greetings of the Season die. This large one is a nice label shape. So you can just run that through your die cut machine when you go to assemble it. For your leaf, if you're going to decorate this the way I have, I'm using the Golden Greenery. So it's a 2-step stamp set. You have the outline and you have a filler in image that you can use in 2 different colors. So I'm using the pine type leaf here. So I just wanted to show you how to do that. We'll grab some white card. First, use the more solid image first. I find that much easier, and also use that in a lighter shade of your color. So in the old olive, we just ink that up, give it a good ink. And press it. Give that a firm press so that transfers your ink over. Then use Garden Green, a darker shade, so to add the more detail. Ink that up. And being clear block, you can easily see through that. It is a bit hard when I have a camera in my face. So let's see how we go. Press over the block, and that will give you nice detailed pine branch. Isn't that just lovely? You've got the dies that will cut that out. That is in the golden greenery dies. We'll just grab that so I can show you. So you can run that through and die cut that out. So we might just go and do those. And I've also cut out some little old olive cardstock with some the other pine die. And it just gives you a little more outline, but adds something extra to your card. So we can cut that out. So you can see just how beautiful that pine leaf is. Isn't it lovely? But of course, finish that card off how you like. If this is how you're using the Season of Green and Gold. And I've added some cherry cobbler ribbon, which is beautiful. And it's so easy to tie a bow with this ribbon. It's so soft and ties so easily with a cherry cobbler pearl berry. There. Let me show you another card that I've created using this cut and flip. This one is using the Reindeer Days Designer Series paper, just cutting a piece, flipping that over as I've done in the other with the other card we've just made, adding some of the glimmer paper. This is Granny Apple Green. I hope you can see that sparkle. It's just beautiful. The cute little deers. The greeting for this one comes from the Reindeer Fun. So you can make multiple cards just by stacking some pieces of Designer Series paper together, just the same size, making sure they're all stacked evenly, cutting them down and sticking them to your base card. So I hope you like that card. Give it a thumbs up if you like it. And be sure to stop by again next week when we share another project in our 12 Weeks of Christmas series. Happy crafting. Have a lovely day. Bye.